Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bridget's Speech Kitchen. My name is Bridget, and on my channel, I teach you how to bring speech language therapy into the kitchen while making fun recipes. And sometimes there's tech tutorials and other lifestyle videos too. If any of those topics are of interest to you, make sure to subscribe and to click the notifications bell to be notified of new videos. So today I am going to be doing a tech tutorial on how to use Google Docs templates for other purposes than the ones that are intended. So I'll be showing you a resume template and something different you can do with that. And I'll also be showing you a brochure template and something you could do differently with that as well. So what you'll do is you'll sign into your Gmail account. And if you don't already have a Gmail account, you can create one. It's free, it's easy. You can have multiple accounts on Gmail. And then once you have your Gmail set up, or once you are logged into your Gmail account, you're going to click on this grid with the circles. You'll click the grid and then you'll see all of these different apps. You'll go to Docs, which is what we're currently in. And once you click on that Docs icon, it will take you to this page. So you can see at the top, you can start a new document. So you can start a blank one, or you can use one of their templates. And if you want to see more templates available, simply click on the double arrows next to Template Gallery, and it will show you all of the options available to you. Now, this is my school account. So the district I work for has some additional templates that either staff members created or that they have purchased. But if you go to General, and this is the tab everyone has, you can scroll down. There's templates for educational purposes like essays, reports, notes, lesson plans. There are letter formats, so business letters, informal letters, resume templates. There are 5 of them. Recipes. For work, there's project proposals, meeting notes, brochures, newsletters, and then sales, we have proposals. There's legal documents, resource documents, and freelancer documents. So once you select one, or if that's overwhelming to you, just click the back arrow and we'll take you back to these top, few. It'll show you 6 or 7 different ones. So the first one I'm going to show you is going to be this Resume Swiss. This is the document I created. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I am a speech language therapist. I'm currently providing teletherapy for students grades 6 through 8 in California. And many of my students struggle with appropriate behaviors and expectations for Zoom. So I created this document using the resume template, and it lists the steps and sub-steps of how to get ready for Zoom for the school day. So as you can see, I have a title, I have images that go with each step, and these are just stock images I looked up. And then the different steps. So I won't read the sub-steps, but step 1, make sure your technology is ready and working. Step 2, get rid of distractions. Step 3, entering the Zoom speech classroom. And step 4, behaviors in the Zoom speech classroom. So this document, and what's nice about Google Docs, is that you can easily share this with your students. You can download it to have in your Documents tab on your computer. So it's a great platform to share documents with, to edit documents, and Google Docs automatically saves any changes you make. Whereas with other programs like Word, while those are great, if your computer crashes or dies, it might not necessarily have saved the data that you inputted. So that's nice about Google Docs. and it's accessible from any computer anywhere. So you saw how I used the Swiss resume template. So now I'm going to show you a little bit on how I created that document you just saw, the Get Ready for Zoom one. So I'm going to click on the Swiss resume template. It'll take a minute to load. And then this is what it looks like. So you can tell that the document I just showed you, the Get Ready for Zoom document, looks quite a bit different to this, but I assure you that this is the template I used. Just some editing went into it to make it look like it does. So make sure to title your project, because if you just leave it like it is, you're going to have multiple documents called resume, and it'll be hard to search for the one you want. So I'm just going to title this example or video. So on the example one you saw, I kept the columns. So there's two columns. There's this skinnier one that has your name on the top and different areas of a resume. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see all of these lines to break up your personal information and, different experiences based on the categories on the left. So what I did was I removed all of the lines, and you just click on the line and click delete on your keypad. I'm going to delete all of this. I'm just deleting anything I don't necessarily need. Now, when you delete this section, the column will still be there. You're just not going to have any of these words. Okay, and so this is how I started off my document. So I also got rid of these two lines. Okay, so now we're ready to go. So what I did was I inserted a text box up here, and I actually used the one that was on the left of the page on the top where it said your name. And all I'm going to do to make this look like a title is click the alignment center button, and then you can continue to tab over, and then you type whatever you want your title to be. So example or video. And then you can continue to edit where you want it, and you can make it in the center by clicking the space button a few times and getting it to where you want. Okay, and then if you want to change the size of the font, the type of font, the color, if you want to make it bold, you can do all of that here. So I'll just pick some, and I'm going to make it big, 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 big. Okay, so enough with that. So you saw how I made the title. Then for pictures. So I inserted pictures with each of the steps because many of my students need a visual that's something besides text. So a picture or video like this, something like that. So to insert pictures, you will click the insert button, and make sure before you do this that you have your cursor wherever you want to place the picture. If I left the cursor where it was under the title, that's where the picture is going to appear. And I don't want a picture there necessarily. So just make sure before you click that insert tab and select your image that your cursor is where you want the picture to be. So you'll click insert, you'll click image, or you'll hover over image, and you'll see you have a few different options. You can upload from your computer, so maybe you're using a photograph from your phone or from your computer. You can search the web, so this is the same as if you went to Google in a separate browser tab and searched on Google for images. If you are using other aspects of Google like Drive or Photos, you can find those there. You can take a picture with the camera feature. So if I wanted to take a picture of myself and put it in this document, I could do that, or by URL. So if maybe you're on a blog or something like that, you can select the website, pop it in, and then whatever is there will appear in your document. So I usually do search the web. And what's nice is you don't have to go to a separate tab. You don't have to open a separate browser window or tab to look in Google. It will pop up with this side tab. So you'll just search for images. So I'm just going to search video. And we'll see what pops up. And just for the sake of this video, I'll just pick something, an image. So this is a YouTube video, or will be a YouTube video. And so I'm just going to select this red background with the white arrow. Insert. Okay, so you'll need to resize it unless the size it loads to is what you want, but I want it smaller. So just shrink it down. And then what I did was I didn't just delete this. I just, deleted part of it. And then I began to type. So, for example, I'll put YouTube is awesome. And then you can continue to do this. You saw my example, how I had 4 steps. I had 4 images. And you saw I had different blocks of text. So I just selected another YouTube one. And what you can do is maybe I want to keep where it says company name, but unless you're using this for a resume, you're going to want to change it to something else. So the text will remain how it was. So bold, that font, that size. So I can type famous YouTubers, right? And then I can put some text down here. So I'll just delete this and you can put whatever you want. What's nice about this is that it provides you a base template, so you're not starting from scratch if you don't want to, and you can put your own flair on it. So that is how you could use the resume Swiss document. There's 4 other resume templates that you can use, and it just depends on what you're wanting to do with it. If you want it to be something like that get ready for Zoom document where there were steps with pictures, this Swiss template is good. You saw there's multiple other templates. I'll actually go back to them and show you some of the other options for resume templates that they offer. I've actually used all of them at one point in time, and I think they're all excellent for different things. So you have Serif, which is sort of the flipped version of Swiss that we just used, where there's more text on the left than the right. And then we have Coral, Spearmint, and Modern Writer. You can see they all vary a bit, but they all have, subheadings with bullet points. And then, there's a line on the Spearmint and the Modern Writer just in different places. And then those colors too are the colors that will appear on the page, but you can always change them. So maybe you don't want this Spearmint color, maybe you don't want Coral, you could change those colors once you've decided to use that template. Okay, so I'm going to go to another document that I created, and this is for work. I work for an agency. So I created this document to guide my fellow employees on how to sign into 2 different platforms that we can use for assessment. So you can see I've uploaded pictures, screenshots of the actual website. You can see I've talked about how you log in, what's available on each website, etc. So this template is one of the brochure templates. So let me take you to the video gallery. So again, this is a different email account. So the company I work for has some of their own templates, and these are the general templates. So I ended up using this brochure geometric. You can see there's a project proposal that looks very similar. There is this newsletter one that has the same geometric design. So let me show you how you can use this brochure. So obviously I wasn't selling this product to my fellow coworkers. It was more of a orientation slash training on how to use it. So as you saw in the previous one, I didn't have a stock photo. I had a screenshot of the website that they were going to go to. So all you need to do is delete the stock photo, and then you can put in your own photo. So to do that, again, I'm going to make sure it's on somewhere on the page that I want it to be. And I'm just going to stick it at the top for ease of the presentation. Insert, and then for the screenshots, on a Mac, you click Command Shift 4, the number, all at the same time, and you're going to get this target. It's like a gray circle with a black cross through it. You hold it on the top of where you want the document picture to start, spread, and then it will capture the screenshot. And then the screenshots will be saved, at least for me, they're saved on my desktop. So I would choose upload from computer. And then all my screenshots are here. Let me find one that I could actually use. Okay, I'll just use this one from that I created. So there's a screenshot, you can resize it. Maybe I don't want it that big. Maybe I want it that size. You can change where the text is. So when I click this button, now some of the text is on the right. If I click this, it's below. And if I click this, it moves the text up a little bit closer to the bottom of the picture. And then again, you can edit these sections, title them what you choose. And then with this, because this is a specific template, these gray squares at the top, the pink and the blue geometric design on the bottom, you can't change the color of those. You can change the color of the text if you don't want this pink text or if you don't want this navy blue or purple. You can change those, but you can't change the actual design of the templates. So that's the only downside with templates is some of them you are stuck with the colors that appear on the template. But for what I created, it was fine. It didn't really bother me. So just keep that in mind, when you're creating something with a template that is maybe not something, maybe the template, the colors are too feminine for what you want it to use for. Maybe you're using this for your brand and you have different colors than appear on the document. So that's just to keep in mind. But that's another way you could use that brochure template is for training guides on how to use certain products if you work for a company that does a lot of trainings or things online of that nature. What's nice about the templates is it gives you a starting point. So if you have a project in mind, but you're not sure how you want it to look, what I like about the templates is that it gives you some inspiration. So I knew, for example, that I wanted to create that document about how to log into the 2 different websites that my company uses, but I wasn't sure how I wanted it to look. So I looked at some of the templates and I ended up choosing this brochure geometric one. Same with the Get Ready for Zoom document. I knew I wanted to create a sheet like this where it was for my students, I could give to students, it was easy to read, easy to follow. But again, I wasn't 100% sure of how I wanted that to look. So I looked at the templates, found this one, and it worked nicely for what I was wanting to do. So those are 2 different ways that you can use 2 different Google Doc templates for uses other than a brochure or a resume. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it was interesting, that you learned something about Google Docs. And if you have any questions, you can email me at bridgetspeechkitchen@gmail.com. I'll make sure to put that in the description box below. And you can also check out my blog for posts about tutorials and other things that are speech related, recipe related, and more. So have a wonderful Friday and see you next time. Bye.